Welcome to the Hump Day edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. It's a nice day out there. It's warm. It's generally sunny or partly sunny, but it's not that humid. This afternoon on our surface map, we have high pressure centered right over central PA. And that high pressure zone's giving us really fine weather this afternoon, especially compared to the last few days when it's been pretty stifling, the combination of warm air and humidity. But this afternoon, we have temperatures in the upper 70s right now. We have 77 at Youngstown Warren Airport, 79 Newcastle. Over in Ravenna, it's 79 degrees here in the 2 o'clock hour. And the dew points, not exactly super dry, but drier. Dew points are in the upper 50s and lower 60s across northeast Ohio and western Pennsylvania this afternoon. So improvement is the name of the game, but this isn't going to last for a whole lot longer. We have warmer air building off to the west this afternoon. Show you those temperatures here. Warm front this afternoon, somewhere generally right through here. And that's where temperatures are getting into the 80s. The dew points are coming up out there this afternoon as well. We'll get the dew points in places such as St. Louis and down towards Little Rock. This is the really moist air that's going to make a comeback at the end of the week into Friday night as well. So let's talk about the future as we go through the next couple of days. We're going to be in pretty good shape right through the day tomorrow, although tomorrow is, as I mentioned, going to turn pretty warm. Let's bring up the latest NAM model here. I'm going to fast forward, just take a quick look at tomorrow. Here's tomorrow. Nothing going on really across the local area. Generally sunny right through tomorrow evening. But tomorrow evening, here's our next front out across the Midwest. That's what's going to be tracking our way on Friday. So let's skip ahead to Friday then. Here's midday on Friday. Not much going on at this point. Scattering of showers out in Indiana, but this front's going to start to get more active as we head into a Friday afternoon. Here's a Friday afternoon with showers, some thunderstorms likely up in Michigan, northern Indiana, Illinois, mid-afternoon. Probably nothing yet here across the Mahoning and Shenango valleys. But of course, it's Friday night. It's high school football season. All eyes to the sky then for Friday evening. This is at 8 p.m. Models are trending slow enough that I'm optimistic that most games are going to start dry Friday evening. Most. Maybe not all, but most. It's still only Wednesday. We'll be fine-tuning this forecast. There is some concern that towards the end of some of our games, say around 9, 10 o'clock Friday evening, some of us might start to see some thunderstorm activity. A lot of it's probably going to hold off until after the game. But there is some concern that, especially the farther north you are across our area, we might see raindrops and, worst-case scenario, some thunder and lightning for the end of those games of Friday evening. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that. It was a very foggy morning this morning. And I wanted to show you a little bit of kind of hardcore meteorology here for you real weather geeks out there. What we have going on, and the reason for the fog is what we have is what we call an atmospheric inversion setting up. In other words, typically the air gets colder as you go up through the atmosphere. But in an inversion situation, the air is actually warming up as you go up through some layers of the atmosphere. What we're looking at here is a model of the atmospheric conditions for middle of the night tonight. Actually, this is just midnight tonight. The red line, the forecasted temperature, and we're down here at the bottom of this graph where the lines are, where the lines end down here. That's the surface of the Earth. Then as you go up, everywhere to the right, that is the temperature increasing. To the left, temperature decreasing. The green line is the dew point. Watch what happens as we go through the night tonight and into tomorrow morning. The red line gets closer to the green line, which means the temperature is getting closer to the dew point. The humidity is rising. And then as we head towards daybreak tomorrow, you notice this gray shading that appears down at the bottom of the graph here, close to the surface of the Earth. That is the model showing clouds, or since they're near the ground, fog. The moisture gets trapped under that inversion. The air is warming aloft, so the air doesn't mix much, and the moisture gets trapped a little bit. And this is at 5, 6, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And then I think just like this morning, by mid-morning, notice what happens. The fog disappears. As the atmosphere starts mixing up, the sun is out, and everything kind of gets scoured out. Now, I don't think the fog will be as thick in as many areas tomorrow morning as it was this morning, but still, if you're a commuter tomorrow morning, you're going to have to be on the lookout for some patches of dense fog, I think. So a little meteorology for you there. If that's a new concept to you, I hope you were able to kind of follow me along there. I probably didn't explain it super well, but that's one of the things we look at when we're looking for fog, those inversions in the atmosphere that tend to trap things underneath them, and in this case, it's trapping moisture. So tomorrow afternoon is going to be another sunny one. It's going to be warmer, though, as that high-pressure zone slips off the east coast. southwest wind develops, and we're going to get well into the 80s tomorrow, 84, 85 degrees, modest increase in the humidity as well. And then Friday's our hot day still, and our humid day as well. This is Friday afternoon. Could be a few storms down along the Ohio River and heading over towards D.C. and Philly. And there's our storms with our cold front, but then we're in kind of the quiet zone for a lot of the day on Friday. It's just going to be stinking hot and humid on Friday with temperatures making a run at 90. Again, we haven't hit 90 this year. It's been since 2004 since we've had a summer without a 90. So we head into a Friday evening, then Friday night. Here comes the rain, the storms. It's going to rain for a lot of Friday night, again, mostly after high school football ends. And then here's a look at Saturday as we start the weekend. It's going to be a wet morning. As we go into the midday and afternoon, though, from northwest to southeast, I do think we will see a drying trend. YSU plays at 4 at Stambaugh Stadium on Saturday, and I think by that point, if it's raining, it's going to be real light, and things should be ending. But the majority of the rain will have fallen before kickoff at 4 o'clock, and then we should be in pretty good shape for the evening on Saturday as the moisture pushes away. That'll pave the way to a beautiful, beautiful day on Sunday. Low humidity, sunshine, comfortable temperatures. High pressure over Michigan, Steelers and Browns over in Pittsburgh, Heinz Field. Should be a gorgeous day for the opening of the NFL season for our two local NFL teams. And actually, that high pressure zone is going to drift around the Northeast for the first half of next week, keeping us in good shape. Longer range now. Models are really strongly pointing towards a cool signal for the middle of the month. This is the overall pattern for around the 14th, 15th. Little ridge out west and a trough in the east. And that's a cool-looking pattern for us. Here's the forecasted temperature anomalies for the 5-day period from the morning of the 13th through the morning of the 18th, so straddling the middle of the month. Generally, that 5-day period below average in these blue colors for a lot of the eastern two-thirds of the country. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be cold out, but it does mean that we could have some days where temperatures might struggle to get out of the 60s. Maybe no higher than the lower 70s. Averages for mid-September are in the mid-70s, so that's par, and there's probably at least a handful of days, middle of the month, where we're below that average, whether it be the 60s or lower 70s, I'm not sure yet, but no real warm weather looks real likely for the middle of September. Well, that's today's weather for Weather Geeks. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tonight on 21 News at 6 and 11, and early risers, be sure and tune in and watch Jess's updated forecasts tomorrow morning, WFMJ today, starting bright and early at 5 a.m.